Yeah, it's funny. I get $100 camera, webcam, and yet it acts up. You know, what do they want? I got a terabyte memory. I got DDR like 800 gig, you know, and yet I freaking get, you know, it has all this jerky look to it still, and it doesn't, like, you know, settle in and just stream by like it should, because this is direct to the camera, uploaded directly onto the YouTube hard drive or something. But anyway, I just brought that up because it was happening just now. I had to re-record because of the error. And really what I wanted to talk about was Funky Winterbean, Barry, our president. Yeah, Barry. Obama. Why, I don't know. I call him Barry because he's making me feel like, yeah, it feels like he's betraying me. I feel betrayed. I mean, I supported this guy. First black president? Whoa, too cool. And he's a Democrat? Come on. I was hoping he'd be a real, true, liberal Democrat and tell the right wing to screw itself, like it should be done. They do nothing but cause heartache, roadblocks, filibusters. They don't want anything the Democrats want. It doesn't matter what it is, even if it's really in line with what they themselves said they wanted to accomplish. Just because the Democrats are doing it, they don't want to do it. Republicans don't. Well, I kind of find out what the fuck. I mean, you know, I'm 57 years old, and I thought I could read somebody fairly well. You know, I thought I could tell when somebody was just lying. Obviously, I'm wrong. Obama just told us what we wanted to hear, and then as soon as he gets in office, he goes, well, no, let's just slow down. I can't do this right now. I can't do that right now. And I can't do this right now. Well, why? Bloopy bloopy bloop. Gobbledygook, blah, 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 blah. Bloopy blah. In other words, nothing. Gobbledygook, as George Orwell said. Absolutely nothing. He just gave us lip service, like the marijuana thing. He told them, don't spend, you know, extra money on prosecuting marijuana growers and stuff. Instead of telling them, just stop prosecuting medical marijuana people. He just gave the lip service and said, just, you know, and that left it up to them. They could still do it if they wanted to, and it wasn't an order or a policy. So I got on tube here and said, what's wrong with you? Why are you already disrespecting us? Why are you already betraying us? And then you make fun of he makes fun of us. He finds out that the majority of the people that voted for the #1 question that we wanted asked and the #1 thing we wanted taken care of was marijuana and decriminalizing it and making it medically accessible. And all I did was, and that was the #1 question. That was the #1 thing that we thought was necessary. And all he did was diss us and make fun of us. Gave him the benefit of the doubt. He's a politician. That didn't stop there. Then a little thing happens where these cops come over to check on this lady who was asking about some guy. It looks like he, you know, was doing something there. And she goes, well, it actually looks like the guy lives there, but I'm not sure. Maybe you should check. So they go over there and they act like he's a real burglar. They jump up on his porch. He's an old guy, and he's an African-American, but he's a professor at Harvard. Definitely articulate. I've heard him now. He says, this is my house. I live here. You mind? So he goes in. He's a little irritated because this cop follows him in and still wants to mess with him. He closes the door on him. The guy says, here. He shows him it's his house. He proves it's his house. And the cop, instead of apologizing and leaving, you heard the story, he wants the guy's ID and everything. He wants to hassle him some more. He calls in and he goes, better send some more backup. I mean, the guy showed us that this is his house, but he's not calming down and he's causing me trouble. Excuse me? After you find out he's the owner of the house and you're harassing him? You call for more harassment? And then Obama does this. Well, I'll invite you over for a beer. A beer. Alcohol. You bring them over and poison them and tell them how to act? Is that what you did, Obama? Huh? They got the president on their ass? You better compromise and get along. Why? That cop was a racist prick. He should have been sued. Professor, sue that cop. Then we got Obama lying about the oil spill and everything else. Then he gets up and he goes, well, you know, Matt Lauer was asking him, President Obama, why haven't you picked a church yet? America wants to know. No, we don't. I don't care. I'd rather he didn't pick one. I'd rather he grew a pair and just said to Lauer, I don't believe in that stuff. Okay? I have work to do. But now, he hems and haws and says, well, I've been to every church in Washington. Why would you do that anyway? Cause all that trouble, money spent, Washington, D.C. cops having to reroute stuff and close shops and everything just because you're going to go to church somewhere? That's selfish, Obama. And then you get on and say, okay, I've decided I'm a delusional, psychotic, schizophrenic. I hear voices and it tells me to kill my daughter if she's not a virgin when she dies. Or when she gets married, I mean, excuse me. And my brother tells me he doesn't believe in my God. I'm going to have to stone him too because that's what my Bible says. Are you following that, Barry? Are you going to follow Leviticus? Deuteronomy, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and Paul, who can't seem to have a consensus of what Jesus did, said, and where he was and wasn't? And none of them were around him, by the way. None of them heard a word he says. Well, how the hell do they know anyway? And why do... I'm not even going to get into the biblical discussion with you. You know it's myth. You know it's not real. Your daughter's probably screaming, please don't make me go to church. I know she's a free thinker. I can tell by looking at her eyes. She's too intelligent to fall for this crap. Human beings know right from wrong because, well, that's who we are. We can do that. We're human beings. We know right. We know it's wrong to kill. We know it's wrong to hurt people. And this, etc., etc. We know those things. And just because you Christians seem to think that you don't have any morality, unless God gives it to you, just makes me think you don't know right from wrong. And then you get on and tell everybody, oh, I'm a delusional Christian. And the nation is too. Excuse me? No, we're done. Then you just did the worst thing you could do. Unbelievable. You actually got on and advocated circumcision to fight AIDS. Are you out of your freaking mind? That broke the straw. That broke the camel's back. I mean, the straw that broke the camel's back. I can't handle it anymore. I'm done. You're done. You're gone. Later, Barry. Maybe we'll see you in a movie or something. But me and mine aren't going to vote for you for president. You have some explaining to do first. Good evening, everybody. Me? I'm just a neat earthling. And it's the 27th. Winter solstice. Good evening.